Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, let me introduce myself. I am Siddhi, a fashion designer, a content creator, and now a YouTuber. I mean, it still feels unreal to say it, but yeah. Don't worry, I'm not going to sit on your head and force you to like, subscribe, or share my videos. However, I would request you to stay till the end of the video. And if you genuinely like it, please go ahead, then tap on all those buttons. So, without any further delay, let's get straight into why I'm here today. Someone reached out to me on Instagram asking how to do research in fashion. Let's get into this. There are definitely different ways and mediums to collect your data, and I'm not saying this is the only right way to do it, but this is what has worked for me and for my clients so far. Primarily, you will have your concept research, your trend research, and your market research. Your concept research is basically decoding your inspiration in depth to form your collection. Trend research is basically analyzing micro trends, macro trends, runway shows, along with the analysis of fashion forecasting websites. Your market research, all in all, in fashion will be to understand your demographics really well, along with knowing your competitor brands and aspirational brands. The first one is my personal favorite, concept research. Your concept could be literally anything that inspires you. It could be a fact, a theory, or a narrative. It is usually a derivation of what inspires you, and it is a lot of what, whys, and hows. Like, for example, let's say my inspiration is Starry Night. I will first do a factual research as to who made it, what went behind making that painting, what does it communicate, what timeline was it made in, and etc. etc. So, and once I have these things in place, I'll do some introspection as to why I'm moved by it, what about the painting or the artist or the journey or the sheer feeling it communicates has inspired me. Post which, I will really have to sit with myself and understand what exactly do I want to communicate through my collection about Starry Night, which is my inspiration. So, yeah, you don't have to worry about how, but you need to focus in depths and in layers as to what about your inspiration has moved you, and the answer right there is your concept. The next thing is understanding what trend research looks like. The first thing we are taught is to run through multiple websites, pages, and articles, which, yes, I agree is useful, but I personally like to dig in to understand a bit about the cultural, social, economic landscape of the country or the demographic I am targeting. Our sociological aspect is basically how people are living, their identities, their personalities, their priorities, and all of that, etc. Our economic aspect includes the spending power, which can shape the line that we are targeting. Could be luxury, could be minimal, maximal, utility based, etc. The cultural aspect is understanding their self expression and medium. It could be music, food, art, films, digital spaces, etc. Once we understand this, we dive into knowing what macro trend and micro trends are relevant for the data we've collected so far. This is where your WGSN, Trendstop, Promosteel, which are your fashion forecasting websites, come into the picture. I also personally love to watch these creators, Tiffany Hill Studio, Mandeli, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, and some other fashion runway reviews like Vogue Runway, Up Next Designer. And to be very honest with you, I don't see a lot of Indian brands obsess over forecasting because they create what feels true to them, which I think is a great sign. And they are gravitated towards sharing their side of the story as to why they have designed what they have designed. And this doesn't end here. Next, we have our market research. Market research in fashion is very similar to how one would do their market research in any business avenue. This research would include the pestle analysis, something my friend told me I wasn't aware of in the beginning, then your competitor study, and your aspirational brand studies. Pestle framework is basically to understand your market better. It is your political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and legal analysis. The political aspect, of course, includes the political influence on the trade, importing materials. Are there any schemes by the government, subsidies for vendors and local production? That sort of encourages regional crafts. All in all, trying to understand the political influence your business can potentially have. Next, we have economical aspect, that is trying to understand your consumer spending capacity, cost of production, production cost of materials, basically also analyzing your target audience. Next is the social aspect, which will help you dissect your customer preferences, where they stand on cultural influences, what are their priorities, and etc. In the technological aspect, I cannot stressed enough as to how important it is to be aware of the technological advancements we have in fashion today. We have AI, AR integration, 3D printing, 3D fashion, metaverse, and different kind of tech integration in fashion. The next environmental aspect includes sustainability initiatives, waste management, carbon control, and how can we possibly contribute to the welfare of the environment. Legal analysis is basically you being aware of your rights, your threats, your safety standards, and all that. Your competitor research and your aspirational brand research are two different things. Your competitor brands are the brands that you're currently competing with in terms of price points, in terms of audience designs, and multiple other factors. And your aspirational brands are the brands you aspire to be. They are not in the same wavelength as yours. It is what you look up to in future, or where you want to be in future. So that will be your aspirational brand study. So these are primarily the research factors that can potentially affect or have an impact on your designs or your collection, either you're designing for your brand or for your client. I genuinely hope I helped you. If you have any doubts, comment below, or you can just reach out to me directly in my DMs on Instagram. Now I will ask you, if you like the video, if you think this helps in any way possible, click on those buttons. It'll help me too. Thank you guys. Bye. See you in the next video.